Hello there, and welcome to the Juhadre podcast in association with Rated R Esports.
Where who the hell knows where this conversation is going to take us?
Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, and welcome to this wonderful new episode of Juhadre. I am Juhadre.
I am Alvatross 17.
And I am Bleen.
It's nice to have Bleen here on the show with us, a little bit more involved now that we're, quarantined and separate. But we're glad to have you on, Bleen.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we only have one announcement at the beginning today, and it is we will be announcing announcements at the end now. That way we can just jump right in. Announcements over.
I like it. So speaking of jumping right in, I want to talk a little bit about, just some of the conveniences that we've been able to see with all of this social distancing things and needing to go mobile and such, and actually some of our experiences with it, because Albatross, you've had a little bit of trouble getting a camera, I hear.
Yeah, everybody has now decided that they're going to. Well, some people, since they're self-isolating like you're supposed to be to really help out, have been buying cameras, which isn't bad, but if I didn't jump on that boat, so now I have a GoPro Hero 7, but I need a cord now, and Amazon is so backed up with deliveries and shipments that it's like a month out.
Yeah. And that's not what you would think would have happened, right? We were talking about like toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I figured everybody was out of money. Costco's not even taking it back.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just weird what kind of domino effects happen after crises like this pop up. And it's an interesting time we live in, because I was able to grab mine just before everything went weird. And,
yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
I also waited till I had some money, just because everybody started hoarding stuff before I got paid. But on a good note, if we're gonna go on a good note there, I don't want to talk about just the negative, but on a positive note, Italy's canals, because everybody's isolated, they're getting clearer. Like the carbon footprint is just so much different. Actually, a lot of what's the word? Environmentalists, vegans,
Eco-friendly.
People that really care about the ecosystem have noticed that the air's better to breathe. It smells better, it feels better. And It kind of makes me a little nervous for when everybody says, "Oh, we don't need to be isolated anymore. I'm going to go drive my car everywhere and get the carbon footprint back out."
Yeah, I was actually looking at a map just before I left work of that, about European pollution going down. It had maps and like big red splotches where it used to be really, really bad, and now it's more of a pink. And that another unexpected side effect. Is kind of cool to see that evolution.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So
there you go, Greta. There you go.
There you go. Whom?
Greta.
I don't
get that one.
Oh, Greta's the girl who whined and cried on.
Oh, Greta. Okay,
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay. I will post a picture of Greta up. I know you're talking about.
And we keep losing.
She's in a kind of.
Yeah.
We keep losing video on Bleen.
Yeah.
Bleen. I mean,
sorry. I don't know what's going on, but
where'd you go?
It worked last time. Sorry.
Yeah, it worked when we did our tests just now, but now it's like cycling through. So Albatross's picture moves and then comes back, and then it moves and comes back.
So I just turn it off?
Maybe.
It's up to you. So, what has everybody been doing to stay sane in this the social distancing?
Well, I personally, my work still requires me to go in, so I've been going in and not really needing to unhinge or rehinge myself, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't been losing it because I have the same amount of time at home as I did before, so there isn't really much different for me.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. My wife is going crazy because at home. But I'm like, I kind of like it. She's a stay-at-home mom. I can call her whenever I want, which I really enjoy.
What about you,
Well,
Glean? What have you been doing?
well, not having band practice, that's for
Oh,
sure.
that's been a bummer.
Yeah. Just playing video games. I started playing a new one called Deep Rock Galactic.
Yep, I've been told that one's a good one. You want to explain the game?
Apparently I do a poor job of explaining games. People
Okay,
make
here we
fun of me,
go.
but
Here we
I
go,
can do
listeners.
it.
Deep Rock Space in a poor description.
Yep. So basically you are a space dwarf and you go down to planets and mine minerals and kill giant spiders and other monsters. Yep.
Wait, and that's a bad description? I'd play that game, I think. Like, I'm confused what makes that bad.
I don't know. People make fun of me when I do it.
Well, you know what's funny is because he's talking about space dwarfs, the first thing I think of is the giant dwarf from Thor Ragnarok. So,
Which, okay, I'll say it. Is it weird that the dwarf is a giant in that movie? Is that
okay, you know what? That's funny, which is also funny because if you look up who that is, Peter Dinklage in real life, he's actually a dwarf.
right?
Yeah, and I mean, no offense to that. He's an awesome person, awesome actor. I don't hold anything against him.
Mm-hmm.
Say that. But yeah, it's funny. He is a dwarf in real life who is a giant dwarf in space in Ragnarok.
I just find that a fun little irony in there. But anyway, so Bleen, you're a space dwarf trying to mine minerals and kill aliens. Spiders. That's
Kill
right.
alien spiders.
Cool.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
And another thing, a lot of times dwarf is referring to the what they're born as. They're known to be associated with rocks. They're really hard, live in the ground type people, not necessarily their size. So that's how that giant dwarf is a dwarf because of his background, his connections.
I can accept that. And
Okay.
I will say that one thing that has been different in the last couple of weeks, if I've actually picked up a game that I played a while back and never I got into it a little bit, but never really got really into it. If that makes sense.
Smite?
That's the one. Actually, I've been playing a lot of Smite lately, and it's been a blast.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a fluctuation on Steam because a lot of the games that I have on my wish list have been going on sale in order for somehow it's in order. I buy one and then like the next week, hey, I'm on sale. I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
I think that's another benefit that's coming out. Like they talk about, buying an extra gift card and continuing to put money in the economy by ordering out so that they can deliver food. I think that Steam and other gaming platforms such as Epic and Blizzard are wanting to do the same thing to keep everyone calm.
It does. If you think about it, when you buy the video game, that money doesn't just go to the makers of the video game. It also goes to the Steam account, and Steam has a data center somewhere which they have to keep running.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
and it pays those people who can buy your products, and it just keeps the economy turning.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with that. I understand times are hard right now, but I'm trying my best to continuously live my life as normal as I can at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I hope everyone else is too. But the best part is we still get those crazy happenstances that make us ask, what the F?
Yeah.
Even while being quarantined-ish or, being confined to indoors, you can still find the instances.
Yes.
So here we at right here. Just before we move on to our other segment, I do want to get to this. Last week we did say, seriously, no name for our podcast room yet. Any suggestions? Or I'm going to call on somebody. We actually had somebody say, join Juhadre in the pod. Then you have Prodent, and that was actually Shauna. She's okay with us saying her name.
Yes.
Or at Aurorian on Twitter. And then we had Prodent, who is one of the co-owners for Rated R. He said the pod as well. And then apparently Radar Esports said at Dash Threads Recording Studio.
Okay, so
I don't understand that one.
So Dash Threads is going to be the new jersey supplier and clothing supplier for Rated R Esports. They are leaving the contract with a previous company, and
Got it.
Dash Threads is the new sponsor for Rated R clothing line. And with that, just like the LCS has the State Farm Analyst Desk, or it's the Bud Light Ace, or back a couple seasons ago, it was the Acer Predator replay, those type of things. And so it would be a little bit more branding directly toward Rated R as a whole if we went that way.
So are we saying at Rated R Juhadre podcast room? Recording studio?
No, if we did the Dash Threads, it would further associate Juhadre and Rated R because it's a sponsor kind of thing.
Yeah. The Dash Threads pod.
Dash Threads pod.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm glad to have some suggestions at the very least, right? We can work with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the pod was interesting, but there's already a podcast called The Pod, so I'm like, I don't...
Well, right, but
I'm
we're not
having a
naming
hard
the podcast the pod, we're naming the
I
room.
know. But I do like it at the same time because we're two peas on a pod on Juhadre.
Exactly.
On a podcast in the pod room.
Mm-hmm. I think it's great.
Wait. With bling. You're still smiling. You're still smiling. Look at that smile.
I know. I can't lie to the listeners as much anymore.
This joke's gonna get old as I continue to smile at it.
Well, that's the thing about Bleen. He's just such a jovial guy. Nothing really ever gets to him.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. You guys are great too.
Oh, thank you.
We try to be. Yeah. But I will point one thing out.
What's that?
I wonder if Bleen can figure out. I've had a new goal. I have really sucked at it today. My new goal lately, mainly, and I'm going to tell the story here, because it's going to lead us into our next segment, which we don't want to focus on as much anymore. We want to continue to have this as a conversation. But let's get into our next segment. What the F? It's going to lead into my What the F.
All right.
Okay.
Then here we are for What the F for this week. And Albatross, why don't you give us the ballot, the ballot from last week?
Okay, I guess drum roll. Can anybody guess who won?
I'm going to be completely honest. I forgot to listen to last week's episode today and don't even remember my
Okay.
nomination.
So I'm going to point it out. Okay, so on season 2, episode 11, we had Albatross 17's little brother. We had Fake It Till You Make It. That was Bleen's. And then we had Light Mistake, which was Juhadre's.
Okay.
The Light Mistake was a pretty good one.
There was only 4 votes.
Okay, that's still double from the week before.
Yes, and the winner was Fake It Till You Make It with 100%.
Really?
So, woo! Go.
There you
Yes.
go.
I mean, I would have voted for that one too. Mainly because, come on, if you're going to fake having the coronavirus when everybody's saying if you think you have it, you have to get tested.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. No, boss, I don't think you understand. I think I might have it. Yeah, then go get tested.
Just people are
Anyway.
so dumb.
Yeah. So, moving on to the other one. Congratulations, Bleen.
Congratulations,
Thank
Bleen.
Do you guys mind? Any of you guys want to go first, or are you okay if I go first?
I think you can go first, unless
yeah,
Bleen.
go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
This week I'm nominating myself.
Oh.
Where my goal comes in.
Okay.
My child said the F word.
No
Oh,
way.
It's my fault. Now, I'm going to back up. I don't know if he was saying the F word or he was saying truck, because we were in the car and a truck was passing us. My wife did say he's now discerning the differences in cars. I am nominating myself not because I swear in front of my son. I try my best not to. You both know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But because I swear like a sailor and I don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my goal. I am trying to quit swearing. I want to be a better example to my child.
Well, there you
Good.
go.
So I'm nominating myself because, again, what the F? I swear, because this morning I said, hey, Juhadre, I haven't even sworn today. And you were like, yes, you.
Yeah, there were at least 4 or 5 that it just didn't even register to you. It was
I
pretty
don't
funny.
register it. So I am nominating myself. I have sworn in front of my kid. I don't know if he's saying the F word or if he's saying truck. I want to say truck. I'm gonna be uncomfortably optimistic and say he was saying truck.
Nice.
But I am in the nomination.
Alrighty, there we go. Well done.
As you both laugh.
It's so funny to me.
I'll go next. I am
Okay.
also nominating myself.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, let's do it. Let's hear it.
So, the road in front of my work has had construction on it forever, and always the cones have been in the middle of the two lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they recently switched to the shoulder work on the other side of the road. So not once, but 3 times, I have gone out I'm going to go on the other side of the cone. Drove around a cone and realized, oh, crap. They switched it and had to come back and keep on going.
Oh, Bleen.
3 times.
3.
Once I
Couldn't
understood,
learn
but
from the
third
first
time, I'm like, what the F?
Okay, there we go. And third time's the charm.
I like that. I like that title. All right, guys.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Are you gonna do it tomorrow too?
Who, Bleen?
Oh, you don't go to work tomorrow.
Doesn't
No,
go
you
to
don't work tomorrow.
What the F, man?
Yeah, I know.
You know I don't work on Saturdays.
That's good. All right, guys.
Oh, it's funny.
Someone that we know had a birthday recently, and they were talking with a friend of ours and said that they wanted to go out to Tucanos. And
Oh my gosh.
Tucanos is a
Mhm.
Brazilian steakhouse where there really isn't an option to do takeout. And this
Not for what he wanted.
right. And this particular friend of ours said this last week after a week of the whole social distancing mayhem that has been going across the country for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So this person did not know there was a pandemic across the world causing people to not go out to places exactly like Tucanos.
Yep.
Okay, to reiterate a little bit,
Please.
it was me that the guy was talking to, and I did allow. Okay, the reason why it's not mine is because Juhadre called dibs, and if anybody knows, I respect the dibs rule.
That is exactly what happened. He called me and was like, "Oh, this guy is so... how did he not know this?" I said, "Dibs." And
Yes.
Albatross-
Anyways, he texts me and says, "Hey, I want to go to Tucanos." I'm like, "Dude, it's closed." "What? It is?" I'm like, "Yeah, all they do is takeout right now. Like everywhere's doing it." "No." "Yes." Where have you been? Like everywhere's closed. Everybody's saying stay home. Like, and it didn't register in his head. Oh.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
the best part about the whole thing is he works in the food industry.
Yeah, and I know who you're talking about. I like this guy. He's a good friend of ours.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
But
Good
Yeah.
that's going to be my nomination because
It
I stole
was
it from
funny.
Albatross. How this poor guy just does not... And we talked about how I am, uncomfortably optimistic and naive about the way the world is working and running and stuff, but
Should we put naivety 2.0?
I think we should. That's a great title.
I've been writing this down so I remember. How do you spell naivety?
Naivety.
Well, I spelled it wrong. Naivety
Something like that.
2.0 ...
That's pretty good.
Okay, there they are. Okay, so we've got Mouth of Albatross, Third Time's a Charm, and Naivety 2.0.
And we want to thank our affiliates at sowasitclothing.co for this segment of the podcast. They are wonderful people. They are still in business because they were online anyway. So now, especially because you can't just go out to whatever store you get your clothes, hit up sowasitclothing.co and use code Juhadre to get 15% off your purchase.
Yep, again, that is JUPODRE at checkout.
I like it. And you know what, guys, Albatross and Bleen specifically, I think I'm just gonna buckle and front the fee to design our shirt. I think that we'll get the hits afterward once we've released our Peas in the Pod shirt. I think more people will be more inclined to do that. So
that's something to talk about outside of recording.
Right. But
Yeah.
for those of you listening, that is in the works. I think I might just do that.
Yep.
Sweet.
And now on to announcements.
So the the League of Legends team is going to be participating in the Phoenix Rising League that I believe starts next weekend. And so every Friday I will be announcing times and where to look for that, because it's going to be 2 games every weekend. So like what else is going to be weird is the way Phoenix Rising works is they have this block where they start at 7 Eastern time and they have 4 games. So 7, 8, 9, and 10 p.m. Eastern time, there's a game. But you're not guaranteed what time you're playing until that week. So like one week you could play at 7 and again at 10. You could play at 8 and then at 9, or 7 and 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
They're
so,
at least going to tell people ahead of time, right? Instead of what happened to our buddy Marcus.
yeah. Yes. So
you're on in 10 minutes.
It's not that bad. They have the schedule several weeks in advance, but every week will not be the same, is what I'm trying to say. So you have to pay attention and come here to watch and listen so that you know when to watch the League of Legends team.
Awesome.
Or just follow the team directly, right?
So that Twitter actually didn't get enough like views and everything else, and so Rated R is going to be using the Rated R proper. That's at @team_rated_R. And so yes, you can look for direct announcements there. I will be coordinating with Rated R to make sure we have announcements. So follow them, follow me, follow us, and you'll get the updates there too.
Yes. Yep. Follow us at Juhadre, Jupodre, at Juhadre, at Alvatross17, at Bleen with 3 N's, and at teamrated_R. So you can do that. If you go to our Slink link, which is on our Twitter, you can find us on all of our platforms. We also have an Instagram, which I've been slowly posting pictures, but I really don't want it just to be a pictures of myself since we're
we're so
social
far
distancing.
away.
But yes, it is up there. If you just search Juhadre, and if you're on Spotify, again, a reminder, you can get to the link from our Slink link off of Twitter, but also you can find us if you just search Juhadre, Juhadre. Unfortunately, you can't search if you find Juhadre or Albatross17. And yeah, we should also be on Pandora for those that are new to this.
So I wonder if we should change our keywords so that you have to look up Bleen everywhere.
Oh, that would be funny.
It would be.
Wait, why do you only search Bleen? Because of the 3 N's. I can't find it. How many N's did you put? 1? There's 3.
It's too good.
Yes,
oh
yes.
my gosh,
and
I love it.
We will be posting the vote up later tonight and or tomorrow, depending on when this gets out. We want to thank all of our listeners. Have a good weekend.
Wait.
Oh, and there's more. Wait.
There's more.
And there's
we have
more.
a new listener who guessed Albatross's favorite.
Oh, that is correct.
What happened? Did I miss that?
No, I missed it. I'm sorry. Let me go back to it. Yes. So I had posted saying, "Can anybody guess my favorite show?"
Yeah.
And I even called out one of our friends who, instead of just creating us Twitter and replying to me on Twitter, texts me.
Come on.
And he still couldn't get it. But yes, I'm actually looking for it right now on social media. There's my notifications right there. It was from, am I allowed to say his name on here? What is his name?
What's his @
His @ is North the Fourth. He follows me, and he did respond. It is correct. It is Supernatural.
Hooray!
That is my favorite TV show.
He is my coworker.
Oh, really?
How dare you?
He was listening to it, and he ran up to me and was just like, "Albatross's favorite TV show is Supernatural." I'm just like,
wait, how did he guess it? What was it my hints, or did he just on that episode?
I didn't ask him. I had to get back to work, but he was so excited that he knew.
Well, congratulations, North the Fourth.
100% correct. So North the Fourth, congratulations. You are 100% correct. Now, if you're paying attention, what's Juhadre's favorite color?
Oh, we announced that one.
I know, but don't say that.
Dang it! This is one of the things that recording remotely we can't really.
What? I know. Okay,
it's harder to do that.
Last question, new question to my listeners then. Which friend messaged me on text message?
Oh, well, I know that one.
Yeah.
That's
it's not that hard if you just understand. But that's all we got.
All right.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.